So this is what we do. So this is the power of the deck, right? We can kind of like do this, get our boy back, right? Okay. Now that we have the bolt, we can just bing bong bam. We can get rid of the flyer that they want to, you know, give death touch to. This is going to gain us 6 because of the lifelink, right? So we just gained 6. All we have to do is gain 5. We swing, we get a free swing in. Boom for Angel. It's good, man. And that's a GG. Hey guys, it's your boy Zach, back with another one. This is a good one today. Okay, Boros Lifelink, absolutely insane. Why? Well, these two cards. Hearthflame Duelist, really, really good. It is overlooked. Some people think it's kind of bad, but in this package, I think you'll think it's incredible. Resplendent Angel, we all know what this is. This is an incredible card, right? If you gain 5 or more life, you get a 4/4 Flying Vigilance Angel. This is incredibly potent against mono red, right? There's tons of mono red and sort of very aggressive lists running around the ladder, and we have tons of removal to deal with that, okay? Now, the other incredible sort of combination, right, is Helping Hand. Because, you know, typically these guys have large targets on their head, right? Especially Resplendent Angel. They remove this. We'll say with 3 mana on the next turn, at minimal, we'll Helping Hand, get our Angel back. Say we have our Duelist still on the field, right? Then Lightning Helix is going to gain 6, remove one of their things, and we immediately get an Angel, assuming, you know, they're tapped out, whatever, they don't remove it at instant speed. So that is an incredible momentum swing, getting rid of something else, getting rid of a problem on their side, gaining 6, and getting an Angel, while also getting our piece back. I mean, it's woo. So I want to just go over a couple other cool things, right? Karolus will increase the damage we do. Now, if you wanted to maybe rely more on something like Hurloon Battle Hymn, this would allow you to do 5 with this if you weren't going to kick it, right? And that would immediately trigger your Resplendent Angel to get your thing. However, we don't want to sort of go fully into that, I don't think, because there are limited spots in the deck. And you need, like, early interaction. So 3 Play with Fires, very good. That Scry can be super helpful too, being that we don't have too much card draw. And we do have 1 Elspeth Smite, which is incredibly good. That Exile is always going to be relevant, so always fun to have one of these in your deck as well. Skrelv is in here just to sort of, you know, potentially keep one of our pieces alive for that critical turn. Can't go wrong with a Skrelv. Now, we do have 1 Scorching Shot. The reason I don't run more than Scorching Shot, right, is because of that 2 red pips, right? A little bit difficult sometimes to devote your 2 red mana, because then you can't maybe do, you know, another thing that turn that you need the red mana for. So I actually ended up cutting this down a little bit more, but this is one of the newer cards, so very cool to see it make the list. And Brotherhood's End. Now, Brotherhood End does remove our Angel, right? So, like, if Resplendent Angel had 4 toughness, I mean, you'd run 4 of these for sure. But you don't want to necessarily kill your own dude, but it always is good if you're losing to have a panic button like this, right? So that's sort of your early package. It's really strong. And now, what are we doing in the 4-drop slot? Well, Solphim can double that damage. You know, you cast your Lightning Helix. I think we do have this clip in the video, right? You'll gain 9, assuming you have your Duelist, because you'll be doubling your damage, so you'll do 6 because of Solphim. That 6 is going to be gained, and then the other effect of the card is to gain 3, so that's 9. I mean, 9 life gain is a lot, dude. It's not to be sneezed at, okay? Especially, again, against mono red, best of 1 ladder. You know what it is. So this is a really good card. I actually ended up upping this copy more and more and more, because if you start to, you know, if you want to remove something really, really bad, you're probably kind of, you know, losing a little bit, and they're kind of like swinging at you, most likely. So 5 damage to a creature, super relevant. Yes, it can't hit planeswalkers, it can't really hit, you know, anything else, but, you know, creatures are gonna be everywhere. So you'll find a use case for this, especially with all the shoulders and Terror of the Peaks going around. 5 damage is an incredibly important number. Now, oops, sorry about that. The Wandering Emperor is really, really good. You do gain a little bit of life, which can be super good. You know, 3 you know, whatever. Gain 3 life, plus the Emperor trigger is a nice little combo to hit your 5 threshold, right, if that comes up. And it's just a great remove spell that flashes amazing, right? You can't go wrong with that. Now, Archangel Elspeth, you could maybe go like 2 copies of this. It's so good. Because it does give your rather frail 1 toughness guy the ability to swing in the air and hit for 5, which is rather nice. It does create a lifelink guy, which, you know, if you potentially get to a point where you have a lot of these guys, that could really matter. Or, right, just that one extra point could be the critical amount you need to hit that 5 threshold, okay? So very, very good. Now, burn down the house you're going to have to play. Because if they have a bunch of 1/1s and you're completely losing the game and they've taken over the board, but somehow you have your duelist on the field still, well, 5 damage to every creature. I mean, say there's 10 creatures on the field, which is not incredibly hard to imagine. That is 50 damage being done. 50 damage being done, and you're gaining 50 life. I mean, come on, right? I already do have some decks with Hearthflame, right? I've actually made a lot of lists I'm very proud of just in the last year that I hope you check out, because standard, you know, all those lists should be relevant for just, you know, a little while longer, and with slight tweaks, they can be made ready for the next rotation, finally, which I guess the next set is Bloom Burrow, so it's going to be a lot of those smaller creatures and things. Should be a very interesting, fun, fresh meta, I would say. So, burn down the house, absolutely insane, and those devil token triggers can be defined a little bit of, you know, pressure. If they swing into you and, you know, I only have 1 life left, they're dead, right? So, or you just throw these at them every turn until you just win, right? So, very good. Now, Virtue of Courage, right? I don't think it's like amazing, but definitely gives us that little bit of reach, a little bit of depth, diversity. So 1 copy is fun. Plus, look at the art; it's cool. It's like the Shrek from the bridge from Shrek when they're going to the castle, like him and Donkey. You just can't quite see the castle. That's what it reminds me of every time. So yeah, farewell. Why is this in here? Well, we don't really have too much ways dealing with like artifacts and enchantments. So I was like, here's a farewell. Plus, absolute panic button. You always need like at least 1 absolute panic button. So farewell is a card that exists for sure. Also, if you haven't seen Spirited Away, it's the best movie ever made. It was my favorite movie of my childhood. And these little paper planes, little paper boys, paper birds, remind me of that scene. You know the one. You know the one from Spirited Away. It's a good one, man. And yeah, the mana list is very straightforward. The Restless by is a good creature land. You know, potentially, you know, it gives us a mana sink, which is always important. You're gonna need mana sinks, especially, you know, in today's day and age. Everyone has a mana sink, and it progressively gets bigger and bigger and bigger, which is really important when you're trying to close out a game with this kind of build. It's not like incredibly amazing or whatever in this deck, but you're gonna play all 4. Okay, we have 1 of these, mostly because I'm out of rares. So 1 of those, 1 of these, 2 of these, 2 surveils. So surveils can be really nice in combination with these 2 surveils and maybe these 3 play with fires. You'll get 1 potential scry / surveil that is critical to the early game, right? Because we do need to find our pieces, and we don't have too many card draw engines or anything like that. So you know, always run, right, if you have them, always run like at least 1 copy, because running at least 1 copy of these Kamigawa lands, right, with the ability is never going to be like detrimental unless specifically they have legendary land hate, which is, I think, you know, vanishingly rare. At least it used to be. I just don't think it's going to come up enough to not run these, right? And then it's pretty split down the middle, so 7 and 7, right? So exactly down the middle. Pretty easy. You can mess around with that depending on how far you want to extend your curve. If you want to sort of like lean into the early game even more, maybe 1 more play with fire. You could maybe try to fit in another creature, right? Maybe cut, maybe the Emperor, maybe the Virtue even. You could fit in a couple more copies down here of things to sort of just really get rid of all those monetary Swift Spears and blah, 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 blah. So I have 2 quick games. I wanted to actually play a third, but then actually am going to go for a run right now. I'm going to come back and make another Magic video about Magic Foundations that I just found out about, and I want to get that out as soon as possible. So 2 quick games. The second one being a much better showcase, but they're rather quick. So I hope you know that as I told you now, and just, you know, you can, you know, I'm trying to get the juices flowing, right? So much love. I hugely appreciate anyone supporting me. Don't forget to like the video. That helps a lot. It makes me feel good about myself. And yeah, standard, man. If you haven't heard, by the way, Magic Foundations, if this is the first time you've just heard that term, they are trying to create a set that's going to come out that's going to last a while, right? It's going to be a foundation. These cards are going to be, you know, strategically chosen to sort of influence the way that the average player thinks about Standard and knows sort of what to approach as they approach Standard. It also gives longevity to the format. A lot of people are turned off by Standard because of how quick it rotates, but now they want to have a set that's just sort of there. Notably, there's some very interesting cards that are going to be around, and let me tell you, they said at least until 2029. So Lawn War Elves is one of them. Omniscience is one of them. It's going to be interesting. And that's assuming, right, you know, Bloomburrow is going to come out and see how that goes. The next one I forgot the name of looks really cool. There are some cards already out for that. I should be making a video of all the cards that we know that are coming as well, now that I'm back on my game. So blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the gameplay. Thank you so much. You rock. Yo, all right, so game one, we have a pretty good hand. A little mana heavy, but I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, we could actually hold the Sokens and maybe do the activated ability if we draw into another land, which we didn't, so that's fine. Let's actually probably lead with our red, because we, you know, might just pop into the dome. They do lay a creature, so I say we remove the creature. You know, we could wait to see what they get. Does it reveal it? Yeah, it does reveal it, but we're gonna do it anyway. So, always good to take out something when you can. Be efficient with your mana. Don't have any of our 2-drops though, so a little unfortunate for the turn 2. Okay. So, we just say go. We have access to, you know, 2 whites next turn and 2 reds, so we're pretty much just vibing. You know what I'm saying? So Staunch Crewmate's pretty good. I mean, like, a 4 dig is really good, and they're just getting more of the Staunch, which is always a good idea. So there's that Surveyor we wanted last turn, but let's go ahead. Let's see what their interaction is. So this is Azorius, it looks like. Azorius Pirates, is that a thing? Probably. I think I actually have that deck already made. I have a Demir Pirates list for sure. Definitely some good standard lists that I've made, you know, over the last year or so that are going to be relevant for a while longer. I say a while longer, but, you know, they're still relevant. We got Bloomburrow coming out soon. Sorry about that. Let's lay the Surveil. Let's get that out of the way so we can burn down if we really need to. This. Yeah, I say we do. I say we do. Of course, we eventually want the Hearthflame, but you know, another Resplendent, not so bad, right? Hopefully, they don't have any like large creatures. Okay, so cool. 3 steps ahead. Nice. So yeah, 3 mana for a pretty, you know, that's very on rate. Very well designed cards. I like these spree cards, flexible. They're fun. They remind me of like the Inscription. I think it was, yeah, Inscription of Insight, Inscription of whatever. The black and the blue one were really good. But the blue one, the Insight one, was like my jam, dude. Like for real. Screw this. Okay. Let's probably do something like this. I don't know, being that they have like single target removal, looks like an artifact thing. I don't know. They might have some board wipes, but okay, they're looking for sauce. We can start getting some damage right away, which is always good. And those final pings, when they do die, could be pretty relevant, right? So. Did I miss something? That's just all 4, okay. Because I'm like, that's a lot of Staunch Crewmates, man. Okay. I think though, right? So let's swing with 2, right? I think that's definitely the move. Wait, they're blocking that. Very weird. That's a very weird. So this is a dies trigger. So boom. So we had to, you know, have them commit to the block first, which they did. They don't get their card. Let's remove that. And then, well, a little scared about like their board wipes, but they did kind of lay their creatures out a lot. So I assume that they don't have one of these right away, or at least one they were planning to use. Interesting. Okay. Minus five. I mean, it's gonna happen. I almost wonder if there's like some hexproof or something we could fit in here into this deck to keep our critical pieces alive. Well, see, now we have Home Skill a Biscuit, which would have been good, right? So, let's do this. Take out the boy, and I think we just go ahead and lay this guy, right? Get him on the field. Oh? Under the gateway. Say it, it's so hard. This love is a heartbreaker. So we can gain 6. Or how about this? Actually, we'll gain 9, right? Because we're gonna be doubling the damage. Ooh, ooh, you don't say. This has a 9, that's, but this has the 2. This is actually better. Yeah, we just gained 9, right? I didn't actually look. Well, you know what I'm saying. We got the lifelink, it doubles the thing. Yeah. I didn't actually look. I'm a big doofus for that one. Let's swing with the guy, right? We got some value out of it. We're getting to the point, right, where we can just sort of start closing in. Maybe I should have kept him, but oh darn, that's -5 too. So even the indestructible wouldn't matter. We don't have the 1 mana for it. Oh, they didn't go for the removal on him, so definitely thought they would there. What an interesting deck. They laid 4 Staunch Crewmates. What is this? Yeah, the 4th one of those. I mean, like, I know what you're doing, right? Like, we've seen those by now. Okay, so we got perfect. So let's see that. So pop that. Goodbye, come again. What, you know, would make a huge difference if we had our creature land that we could start using our mana for. Also allowing us to maybe save our cards. Look at that, we got the Dubskis. So, not too shabby dabby do. Not an incredible showcase by any means. So let's get to another one for you, okay? Alright, so game 2, let's show off more Resplendent Angel synergy with the Hearthflame. We do have the helping hand in case the Angel gets removed this time. So, now it's just a matter of drawing into our second piece. Some slower, slower lands, but that's always fine, because last game we really wanted the creature as well, so. Moon Lurker Bat, you say? Oh, and there she is, ladies and gents. Lay her right away. Man, that's a possibility. Yeah, let's just play this half, right? We want to be efficient with our mana, and right, like they are playing black, Orzhov of all things too. So it's likely it gets removed, but again, we have the helping hand. We can use it on that. And you know, if they don't remove it, we're in business. Collector's Cage. Oh my god! Wait, that's a mythic, bro? What the hell? Okay, so put a counter on certain creature. And if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. Oh, without pain, it's. Wow, that's not too bad at all. Okay, yeah, that's a card. That is a card. Okay. Playing both might be a little extra. Let's not. Let's get rid of this flying lifelinking annoying bat, which is a really good card. But yeah, let's get rid of that. So. But there's like an actually decently competitive like lifelink trigger deck. Like this is more of like a, I wouldn't say like a competitive lifelink deck, but it's definitely synergistic, fun, and this is probably how you build it if you were to build it, at least to my knowledge. So yeah, I mean this is a good deck. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. So do we just slap down the Resplendent? I think we do. Yeah. I mean, so it gives +1/+1 anthems, so it's evenly distributed, so I can't really help them get their different powers. But here we go. Okay, it's just flying though, we're not. I don't know, a lot of people play this card, I don't find it to be very good, but whatever. Okay. Huh. Interesting, you'll say. Well, so this is what we do. So this is the power of the deck, right? We can kind of like do this, get our boy back, right? Okay. Now that we have the bolt, we can just bing bong bam. We can get rid of the flyer that they want to, you know, give death touch to. This is going to gain us 6 because of the lifelink, right? So we just gained 6. All we have to do is gain 5. We swing, we get a free swing in. Boom. For Angel. It's good, man. And that's a GG. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty devastating. Their deck was a little weird or whatever, but, you know, not too shabby-dabby-doo. And we just did hit